Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Being Educator. On this video, we are going to start a new topic, historical background of Indian Constitution. This is a very basic topic before we get to know more about Indian polity. But before we move on to our topic, make sure to subscribe this channel and share this video. British came to India in 1600 as trader in the form of East India Company. In 1765, they obtained Diwani, that is rights over revenue and civil justice. However, after the revolt of 1857, the British Crown took the responsibility of governance in India. There were many events in the colonial period that influenced our constitutional framework and polity. Let us understand them in chronological order. The company rule, that is from 1773 to 1858. The British government took several steps to regulate East India Company in India. As a result, many acts and charters were introduced in the colonial India. For example, the British government brought the Regulating Act of 1773 to control and regulate the affairs of East India Company in lieu of establishing central administration in India, thus recognizing the administrative and political function of the country. After this act, the British introduced many other acts as well, such as Amending Act of 1781, Pitt's India Act of 1784, Act of 1786, Charter Act of 1793, 1813, Charter Act of 1833, Charter Act of 1853. All these acts and charters were basically a pre-planned resolution to exploit and rule the poor Indians. Thus, overall exploitations led to outrage in the armed service of British and led to Sepoy Mutiny of 1857 and thus ended the company rule. The Crown Rule formally began with the Government of India Act of 1858, which was also known as Good Government Act of India. It was followed by the Indian Council Act of 1861, Indian Council Act of 1892 and 1909. All these acts tried to bring reform in the administrative structure and hierarchy of the British government. Government of India Act 1909, on which on August 20, 1917, the British government declared its intention for responsible government in India. Thus, for the first time, bicameralism and direct election were introduced. In November 1927, 7-member statutory commission was set up by under the chairmanship of John Simon to report condition of India under the new constitution, which was basically known as Simon Commission. The same submitted its report on 1930 against dual government or double rule. However, in August 1932, Ramsay MacDonald, the then British PM, announced Communal Award, which is basically a scheme for representation of minority and backward classes. Next came the Government of India Act 1935, which marked a second milestone for responsible government in India. Being lengthy and detailed document having 321 sections and 10 schedules. At last, this was followed by Indian Independence Act of 1947, by which British PM on February 20, 1947 declared the liberalization of India by the end of June 30, 1948. Thus, this was the brief idea regarding the historical background of Indian Constitution.